My credit was a mess. I was stressed out, disappointed, and I didn't understand finances, at the time when you're just becoming an adult. So this video, I will talk about my credit story and how I cleaned up my credit. First, who am I? I'm Keisha Jones, MED, also known as Natural Drugs. I'm a glow and flow coach, and I've been in this space for over 8 years now, creating content, helping creators with their brand. My all-time mission is to help you glow from the inside out, whether that's your mind, body, spirit, creativity, and your brand. So basically, wealth is very important. Just being in that space of understanding wealth and just not putting it to the side. I have really been through a roller coaster when it comes to my credit and my finances, going to college, being a struggling college student, and not even really focusing on that at the time. So today I'm going to talk about my story, and I'm going to help you guys, give you some tips of some credit rebuilding structure. Now, this is my story when it comes to how I messed up my credit. So, after graduating high school, this was around about like 2015. I was in a relationship at the time, and in a relationship, I went to college. I remember my mom saying, "You can't take your car to college." So I was already disappointed in that, knowing that it was going to be a little harder to work and get around in college. Going my first year, staying right on campus, taking transportation system, and finding a job on campus. When I first started, I was struggling, but the good heart that I have when it comes to people's birthdays and events, I tend to love to always give out gifts and still be, that person who likes to spread love. So I applied to a lot of different credit cards. And this is when I had first got my first apartment. So I'll say freshman year going into sophomore year. I applied to different store credit cards, a lot of them, like maybe like five of them. Got approved for all of them. Use those credit cards to give the people that I love gifts, whether that was my significant other, my family, my friends, and I was maxing them out. Like the limits on there wasn't that high, but they were like, like $500 max limit or $300. And to be a college student at that time, that was good. So I maxed them out and I didn't pay them back. So I messed up my credit in that way while I was in college. I remember growing up, my mom would say, "Keisha, don't mess up your credit. Keisha, don't mess up your credit." That's one thing I will say that she said to me is don't mess it up. But I never got the structured details or the steps of how to rebuild it or just grow it in general, or the importance of it as being an adult. So at that time I was at survival mode. I still wanted to show the people that I love that I cared about them. And yeah, I hit rock bottom. At that time, it made me feel, when it was time to apply for cars and things on my own, it made me feel like I was neglected when I was getting declined for different things. And all I could think about is like, how long does it take it to fix this? And I would join different courses and they would say things stay on your credit for 7 years. I'm like, 7 years? I'm about to graduate in a couple years. Like, this messes up everything that I had as far as my goals when I graduated college and the type of house and place that I wanted to be in. So yeah, I wasn't taking that. So I went through different courses and I went through different coaches and I followed a lot of different people. I remember him 500. He was one of the main people that stuck with me throughout this journey for credit. And I remember cleaning my credit one time. And this happened maybe a few years back. I cleaned it, got it up into the 700. It was like at 494. But everything didn't come off. I didn't have the mindset or the state that everything was going to go off. So at that time, it things were about hopping back on. I didn't even think that things was gonna come off like they did, but they didn't. It was just kind of all over the place. Now, I just cleaned my credit again, 2025, with the proper mindset, with the proper steps, and it worked. And when I say it worked, it didn't take like the first time when I had to do second batch, third batch, fourth batch letters. This time I swept and cleaned my credit all within 1 month. Like literally just cleaned it, and it got cleaned in 1 month. I will say the shift is my mindset this time. I will say that I had the confidence that I was going to clean it this time with no doubt in my mind at all. So it was definitely a difference. And I feel like to pinpoint and go into that first step is that it's all about mindset first. A lot of times we're delusional and we know our goals may be way out there, especially mine. But if you stick to that mindset and have a positive mindset and try your best and not to have like any doubt in your mind, things will go through for you when you have that positive mindset. So I do want to say that. I promise y'all that I will tell you the steps or give you some advice on how to clean it up. So I have told you my whole story about how I messed it up and how I cleaned it up. So I guess you guys can call me the dispute queen. The first thing that I did when it came to fixing my credit is I just pulled my credit reports from all three bureaus, and that's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. I will say from easiest to hardest, Equifax is about the quickest response, the easiest to get things off. Then Experian, TransUnion, they're gonna give you some problems. I'm not gonna lie. That was always the one that would hold things on. That's always the credit score that's a little bit lower than the others. So I do want to pinpoint that so you could be aware when you're starting your credit dispute journey. Second, you need to identify all the errors on your credit report. So everything needs to be like current. So if you used to stay at a previous address, or if you had a previous name, or if you have a previous job, phone number, everything needs to be current, up to date to where you are living now and where you're about to dispute now. Clean all the identity information up first, and then you can go about cleaning your actual credit. Now, before I did clean my credit, I verified all my identity information, cleaned that up. I froze all my different bureaus. So like I put a freeze on everything. So like in this process of cleaning, you don't want to really go and apply for things or allow different companies to pull things from your credit while you're in a cleaning stage, because it just kind of goes, it bounces off of the fact that you're cleaning right now. You don't need to be applying for things. Even though you might see things go up or things come off, you feel anxious, don't do it right now. Freeze your credit and then get ready for the dispute process. When you do the dispute process, a couple things. If things are incorrect on your credit, you want to make sure you do an identity theft report. This is going to back up all the things that you need to do when it comes to your credit. And I just went ahead and got started. I don't even do the old-fashioned mail route again. I do it all online digitally. So just disputing online with the credit bureaus or CFPB. Those are the main sources where I just went. I started with the credit bureaus first and then went off to CFPB. So I do want to state this. It does take time. So make sure you have time to start this dispute process. If you need assistance, definitely reach out. Definitely find a specialist or someone to walk you through the process, because things can get confusing. So yeah, just to let you know that. And far as after everything is disputed or after you have cleaned everything, you want to start rebuilding. So if you have an authorized user or someone with good credit who can add you as an authorized user to an account, or you can research different credit building hacks. Self is a good website that I use that help you have like credit lines that can help build your credit. So that's the building stage. You don't want to jump right into applying to things right after you clean it, because you don't have enough history to show with these companies that you're applying for that you have been consistent when it comes to credit. So you want to do a rebuilding stage for at least like maybe half a year, like 6 months, just to show that, um, okay, I got good credit and here's me paying on time things before lenders are even going to loan things out to you. Now, I will get back to what I would say about the story a little bit. Once I cleaned my credit, I would say I felt better. I felt better about myself. I had more clarity. I was able to think, knowing that, oh, it's clean now. This is not something I have to put away. This is not something I can, ignore. Only thing I have to focus on now is like making sure it's maintained, and then also just keeping it in flow. So right now, what I would say with credit is that I'm keeping it with flow. So I'm paying bills with certain things. I'm using other cards to pay things, and it's like a circular motion. And I'm understanding wealth now and what people who are wealthy are doing. And the pattern is, it's easy. Like once you get it and once you get to that stage, it's such a beautiful thing. Now, far as everything, I told you my story. I told you like how I disputed everything. I gave you some tips and steps on ways that you can go about cleaning your credit. I do have some services myself as the dispute queen. I have a free checklist listed right in my description. This checklist is just basically for you to go through, see, have you done some of the things? If you have not, go ahead, check it off, note what you need to do. And I do have a business number on there that you can text if you're ready to get started, if you need assistance. I am hosting a masterclass this upcoming October 4th and 5th, which is on a weekend at 7 p.m. If you're interested in joining, I'll be walking you guys through of how to dispute and clean up your credit step by step. It's a 2-day class. So yeah, it's going to take a little time. I had to break it down into 2 days to give you all the valuable information. And then I have one-on-one coaching, which is more of like, it's 3 months, just because we need to verify things first. We need to clean things. I need to check in with you. And it's just a one-on-one coaching of me helping you, walk you through how to clean your credit. Now, this is key, because if you know step by step of how to clean your credit, what can you do? Help other people. So that's a great investment. I highly suggest that investment if you're looking to get into the credit business too. And I want to thank you guys so much for just listening to my story, understanding credit. Take this as a nudge today, as just a sign to jump on it, because as we transition, we're about to go into a new year. So we still have some months remaining. We're in the middle of September right now. We want to go into the new year with clean credit. So right now, if you start now as a timeline and go ahead and start verifying, get things together, I would say your credit could be clean by the end of this year if you take action right now, and then use the beginning of next year to build it and get it going. So like by next summer, you can pop out and pop your shit. Okay. So that's just a good timeline to stick to. Just stay consistent. You have to really care. This has to be something you really care and put the time into. So if you're not ready, I wouldn't necessarily start the process or waste your time or your money. But this is a season, y'all. Life is moving so fast. We have AI technology. We have a lot of things that's helping us through our process now. So I would get on it, and let's make this money and build this generational wealth. So thank you again. Check out the description for all the resources that I provided at the end of this video. And I look forward to connecting with you all soon. Be aware that I will be dropping a lot of videos about credit building and everything on my channel. So this is just my personal story to kind of get started, but we'll be teaching this fall. See ya.